it is Martha of Just Martha Designs, and today I'm going to be using the Celebrate You Thinlits to create a cute little card. And the Celebrate You Thinlits is actually one of the free items that you can get between now and March 31st. It is in our catalog, and for spending $100, you can get the Celebrate You Thinlit dies for free. I'm also going to be using some of the floral full paper, the designer paper, and that's the Springtime Fulls specialty designer paper, and it is free with a $50 purchase. So if you spend $150, you can get the Celebrate You Thinlit dies as well as the Springtime Fulls. And so I came up with this way to use the Celebrate You Thinlits and create a unique card, which is also going to be a reverse eclipse card. But I'm going to first take the Springtime Fulls, and I have some of the 2017-2019 ink colors. And I have the ink pads in the Fresh Fig and the Berry Burst. And I'm going to be coloring the paper here. And the lovely thing about this paper is that you can actually take these. I'm just going to kind of give it a little squeeze to get a little bit of ink to the top. And you'll see what I'm talking about. So that when I open it up, there's a little bit of ink there. And I have some little finger daubers that I'm going to be using to apply the ink, and I'm using these two colors to kind of create a little bit of a tie-dye effect, if you will. And so I'll just kind of get a little ink on there, and I'm going to just kind of rub it in, and I'm hear the little squeak, if you will. And the lovely thing about this is that it will actually color, but you'll still be able to see that copper and gold full underneath there. All right. And get a little bit of this Berry Burst. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Close that up. And a little more of this Fresh Fig to finish out this corner. Ooh. All right. All right, so now that I have that completely colored, put this aside. And I'm going to let this dry just a bit so that when I actually cut out the pieces, it'll work a little better. But I'll set that aside for right now. And I have just a piece of cardstock that is 8.5 by 5.5, and I folded it in half to create my card base. And this is what I'll be eventually attaching this piece to. But to start off with, while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead with some fresh fig and my Thinlits. And I'll pull out my big shot here. Turn this around. I'm going to go ahead and put my paper in. I'll just place that down and just run it through. The whole table's like moving around. Alright, so now that I have my little piece, it says Celebrate, I have it cut out. I'll set that aside. And then I'm going to take this piece that I just created, and this is what I'm going to be cutting my U out of. Oh, there it is. And I'm going to cut it out right where I'm placing it, which is about here. And you'll see why. All right, cat. Now, we'll set this out of the way. Because apparently I cannot sit this back where it belongs because I have a critter who just decided that that's where he wants to be. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and attach this with some fast fuse. I love working with the fast fuse. And this is going to be kind of centered up here. Let's see if I can do this right the first time. There we go. And I'm going to take my U, and you'll notice that in my O, I have this little teeny tiny piece right here. And I don't want to move this out. I want to put just a little bit of adhesive on that little O there, because I want to stick it down, and so it's easier to just place this back where it was. And in that center, oops, where I placed that, well, I'm going to kind of like press down just a little bit in here to get it stuck so that it stays. And so now we have that O. I'll pop this out. Now, in order to make this a reverse eclipse card, I'm going to have to raise that up. And so with this being a very thin piece, I'm going to have to attach something on the back that is thin. And the best thing to do for that, so in order to attach the U, first thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to have to kind of stand it up with some foam strips. And so I have some foam here that I will simply just kind of cut down to fit in the areas where I want to place it. And so I'm going to place this right here. And I'll probably put another piece like right on top of that, just so that it'll stand up just a little bit higher. Pull this backing off. Put that right there. And then I'll put a little over here. Oops. Kind of wanting to stick to everything, like especially me. Pull the backing off. This. And double up again. You may not have to double up. If you have some like thinner tape, I thought that I did, but apparently not. Things disappear out of my craft room just because it sits in the middle of the house. Okay, pull that off. All right, so now I'm going to place the U in here. Let's see if I can do this without getting my head in the way. All right, so that is now in there. And I need to attach the Celebrate right across the top. So I'm going to place a couple little drops of glue. In a few places so that we can stick this down. Once I have it where I want it, just press down firmly. Oops. And try not to slide it around. And there you have it, a reverse eclipse card, and we even colored the springtime full. My cat says hello, by the way. All right, so hope that you enjoyed that. If you did, give it a thumbs up and check back here again. And between now and the end of the month, I'll be doing a lot more cards using the items for Celebration. So hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.